When I started my weight loss journey, I was doing a lot of things wrong. I was neither tracking my calories nor my protein intake. I knew that the way to lose weight is to eat less, so that's exactly what I was doing. I was under eating like crazy. I was starving myself. I went on a starvation diet, and with it, I also got an appointment for a dietitian to get some help, right? Because I didn't really know what I was doing and I wanted to succeed this time in this journey. So I both went to the dietitian, I started to research this topic online, and this dietitian told me a few guidelines like don't eat the higher calorie dense food, stop eating them, instead eat these foods, the low calorie dense food, chicken breast, more fruits and vegetables, the obvious stuff, the stuff that I also learned online, and that's what I was doing. I didn't really track calories for the most part, right? I had a few meals in mind, I knew their calorie amount to some extent, and I added an up and tried to reach the calorie goal of 1600 after subtracting the calories that I was burning. So let's say that I was burning 250 calories. I subtracted these calories from the calories that I was eating and I tried to reach afterwards the calorie amount of 1600. Sometimes I ate a bit more, sometimes I ate a bit less. I was not necessarily meticulous with it, but it worked. After a month, I lost around 10 to 15 pounds, I think. After 3 months, I lost around 40 to 45 pounds. And then I started to get more into training. I was playing basketball for the most part, but I also started to go to the gym twice per week. And because of that, I started to build muscle and I went on some kind of a maintenance phase. I was still chubby, I was not lean at the time, but I realized that building muscle should be my priority. But that's not the point of this video, right? That's just something that I was doing. But this video, I want to tell you how you lose weight without tracking calories, and it is extremely simple to do it, and I think that most people can do it. If your genetics are so fucked that you feel hungry all the time and you are extremely obese, then I don't really think that I can help you with it, because this technique works for 95% of people. For the 5 to 1 to 0.1% who are just the anomalies in terms of getting fat, the range, right? So this method works on your genetic range for body fat. If your genetic range for body fat is between 35 to 45, then it would be very hard to get down below 35. Most people's range is between around, right, 13 to 18 to 20, right? Most people will be able to maintain a physique with 15% body fat if they would eat the right diet and they wouldn't starve themselves in this body fat and they would have a right time staying there. The way to get there in the first place, so most people are way above the range. Why? Because of modern processed foods, hyper-palatable foods, foods that are easy to overeat on and get above your body fat range because of them. The way to lose weight, right, for most people without tracking calories is to first come to accept the feeling of hunger that you will feel by losing weight, because hunger is inevitable. If you run away from hunger like from a fucking demon, you won't succeed, because that's just how it works. You will feel hungry to some extent. You can minimize this hunger, you can eat more low calorie dense foods, you can include some sweeteners in your diet instead of sugar. You can do all of these tricks, they will work, they will help you maintain lower amount of hunger or very low amount of hunger during that weight loss phase, but you will never get rid of it completely, and you need to just come to accept it. That's the first thing. I need you to do it, right? A fucking stop. The sooner that you realize that hunger, some level of it, I don't say that you will starve yourself, just some level of hunger, you will go through it. Either in the mornings or at night, the time in which you will feel that level of hunger will vary based on your eating windows when you eat. If you eat all day small meals, then between each one of these small meals you will feel a level of hunger. On the other side, if you do intermittent fasting and you eat only before sleep, for example, you will feel hungry throughout the day. You will slowly gain hunger, your ghrelin will go up, your leptin will slowly go down until you will reach the evening in which you will just eat, and then it will go down again. Your ghrelin, your leptin will go up, and once again throughout the days. Without craving food, without hunger, we all would have a really easy time maintaining a shredded physique, because we would just eat as much as we need to based on our goal, on survival. So we will lose the body fat up until we get to 12%, and then we will either maintain there or do bulks and cut 12 to 17% and then 12 again. We would just have an easy time, right? An easy time dieting, because hunger is the main obstacle that hinders our ability to lose weight. And that's exactly what I suggest you to do if you want to lose weight without tracking calories. At first you come to accept the hunger, and then the second step is to minimize it, and the third step is a technique what to do when you feel that hunger and you want to eat and you are about to lose self-control, what to do instead of eating fucking food, right? If these foods are not part of your diet plan, to some extent, right, you should have in mind your eating windows. You should keep them in mind. You should choose a tactic for your eating windows, either intermittent fasting, small eating windows, 3 meals per day, 2 meals per day, whatever works for you. You need to keep this tactic in mind. You need to eat these meals. You need to have a rough estimate of their calorie amount, just so you make sure that you don't overeat or eat in a maintenance calories and don't lose weight. If you lose weight, right, and you don't do what I've just said, and it works for you, then keep doing it. Don't change it. The second step is to reduce hunger, to minimize it. The way to do it is to eat more lower calorie dense foods, with eating the kind of foods that satiates you mentally, like sweeteners, for example, right? They're great for it. If you don't want to eat them because they cause cancer, then do you, right? If you want to get their benefit, which is you getting something sweeter in your mouth that contains almost no calories, then you, right? The third step is when you feel that hunger, the like really bad hunger that you just wanna eat, you wanna cheat on your diet, because this will happen as long as you will continuously go on a calorie deficit. In some time, in some point, you will feel so much hunger that you will want to cheat on your diet. When you get there, here's what you do. You either go and take a cup of water and drink it. You can also drink something with sweetener, right? Sprite, Coke, Zero, something like that. Or you take a liter, or you take something else that contains no calories and you consume it. That's basically what you do. If you want to eat afterwards, then don't eat. Eat this thing once again. Try to mask these cravings with things that contains no calories. With enough time, they will disappear. That's just the cycle of hunger. No matter who you are, your hunger goes in cycles. Sometimes you are hungrier, sometimes your hunger goes down. Doesn't necessarily relate to your eating windows, to when you eat. It is related to it, right? But between these eating windows, your hunger doesn't just go linearly down. It goes like this, like slowly go more and more down. If you will delay the time that you eat to the next meal that you need to eat, instead you will drink water, something with sweetener or something with caffeine, which will be extremely beneficial, because caffeine is an appetite suppressor. You will have an easier time dieting. You will not cheat on your diet in that instance, and you will be better off than if you were to not do it. And that's essentially it. If you enjoyed this video, you can like and subscribe, and include some proteins in your diet. 1 gram per pound of body weight is the way to maximize your muscle gain or muscle maintenance. You can eat a bit less, a bit more, you do you, and that's basically it. If you want to get free stuff, link in the description. Bye, bro.